This used to be a banana farm like 20 years ago before the owner bought it, and he spent his first 2 years or 3 maybe of living here removing bananas. And then when I got here, I'm like, hey, can I can I plant bananas? And I just imagine he's like, oh, I just took all that time to remove them. This has been certified organic for 15 years with Johny as the farmer, and he wanted to put the tools down, getting into that later age, wanted to do more surfing than farming. So I was looking for land, had recently been farming in the area for the past 5 years or so, wanted to take the next step. So the style of growing here has changed quite a lot over the years. It's been 3 years now. So we got a couple of tree lines on the right hand side, which is inspired by, I guess, syntropy and agroforestry. But it doesn't always have to look like trees either. We have here is an example of what I'm really excited about, and it's the, like, I guess, syntropic market gardening. So how to grow produce without importing lots of nutrient or minerals or inputs from off the farm. So here instead of having those bare soil beds, we are just having a single row of vegetables with then a wider pathway which grows our mulch. And that, the more, like, if I imagine, where's the sun? The sun's not up yet, but there's an explosion happening so far away that I don't have to think about. It's just happening day and night. But in the daytime, there's photons, bits of energy flying through the atmosphere and then coming down into our eyeballs so we can see. But they're also falling down and hitting the ground. And we want to try and capture as much of those as possible, because the only way that new energy enters into our biosphere is through photons landing on green leaves. Of course, there's nuclear and geothermal, but I can't do those things. So plants can do some cool stuff. So that's why we have the grass here. And then once that grows up, we cut it and we put it on the bed as mulch. So we reduce our actual need to do any tillage. We see one frame of like a movie when we view nature, we view a system like this, and instead there's this constant change. We planted them like 2.5 years ago as the focus crop of bananas to be the cash crop, and where all these support plants are there for the banana. So the eucalypt, there's coffee underneath, there's a whole bunch of stuff I don't know what it is. I've just collected seeds indiscriminately and placed them in as birds would, and let them express themselves and come in as, I guess, the wind and prune things that are over positioning to give light and space and pulse to the things we want to grow, which are the bananas. It's also really cool to meet people at the farmer's market, and then 6 months later, a year later, they come in and they tell you that they're pregnant.
Oh.
And then, like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then 9 months later, they come back with a baby, and they've grown the baby and I've grown the food. It's kind of helped them to grow the baby, and it's this cool, really cool relationship. Yeah. All right, so, you're getting a bit agitated now. Yeah, we have chickens. This is for our personal egg consumption. It would be nice to have a bit of an additional like enterprise layer, but it's a pretty like labor intensive to come and collect the eggs every day, and you have to have quite a large number of birds to make it worthwhile. These guys move through the farm very slowly. At the moment, they're going to move through the lemons and this citrus orchard, do some bug control, give some nice manure, and then we have some fruit. Go towards making some mandarins in this case. So this is growing in the method that I started the farm with, which at times when the new method doesn't work the way I thought it would, I wonder, well, why did I do that? Why am I not just doing it this way? Which is why we still have a little patch of it. It does produce more crops, more yield per acre, but it's also a lot more work. And this year's like adjusting to do a little bit less to kind of take care of the body a bit, I think. Well, this is a very long stem. That one. So Johny, when he moved to a farm in Upper Brookfield, near Brisbane, like 40 or 50 years ago, and his neighbour, Ray, he had a pumpkin patch growing, and he always saved the seeds and shared the pumpkins within the village, and it was known as Ray's mongrel pumpkin because it's just like a mongrel. No one really, just kind of, pumpkins get pollinated over many kilometres. But it's been saved since I think the 20s, perhaps, from Ray, and then was passed on to Johny to save, to keep growing, and now I grow it. The famous Ray's pumpkin, Ray's famous pumpkin. There's another one.